So one of my viewers sent me a battery pack for a DeWalt 18V tool, and I borrowed this tool so I could verify everything functions after this project. But the question was, can I modify this battery pack to be used with this Kobalt 24V lithium-ion battery? And the fun part of these battery packs, let me stop the camera, I'll pull the battery out. Alright, so I got the battery pack out. Anyways, the fun part of these battery packs is they have a point that inserts into the tool, unlike all the other modifications where I could slide the battery onto the tool, this way. But, so, I've disassembled one of the battery packs they sent. Well, they actually took the batteries out, and I just took it apart, but this is what the end of the battery pack looks like with the batteries removed. There's one battery left in this little area that pops out. But alright, sorry. So that's what the end of the battery pack connector looks like. So I believe I can make this work, and I am going to get to that. So the first thing I want to do before I do anything is I want to see if I can solder to this portion of the terminal. So I'm going to go down to the soldering station and see if we can do that. So I just touched the soldering iron and some solder to this brass portion of the terminal, and it does accept solder. So I'm going to go cut this whole section off of this battery, and then we're going to put some wires on it and then glue it back into the top of the battery pack. Alright, so what I did is I snipped the two little tack welded, spot welded points from the top connector of the battery, and then bent those two tabs down and soldered the black wire to that, because that's the negative terminal. And then I soldered the red wire where the white wire was coming up that came off this wire here. And I'm going to go glue this into the battery pack housing, the top part of the housing. So this is the top of the battery pack housing from the original battery. And what I'm going to do is I am going to stick the original top connector of the battery with the two wires soldered onto it and the battery removed into the housing. And it just goes right up to the top here. And then what I'm going to do is epoxy that in, and then that will give me the two connectors I need. And we'll go from there. So a real quick sanity check just before I go through all the work of putting all this together, just to make sure that this does work, is I'm going to take the positive lead of the battery connector and snap it into this 24V battery, and then I'm going to take the negative lead and put it at the negative connection in here, and I'm just going to see if the drill works. Oh yeah, it works. So yeah, this can be done. It's just I need to make an adapter from this to this now. So the other day I made this for the laptop on the laser, and I made two sets of them. But I'm thinking I'm going to use the second set for the DeWalt 18V tool adapter. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. So I went and assembled the acrylic pieces for the battery pack. I left the top of it off before I put this all together because I'm going to have to connect these wires in there somehow. But I'm trying to figure out how I want this to mount to the top of the Kobalt battery. And what I'm going to have to do, I'm pretty sure now, is cut all these tabs off the bottom of the top of this battery pack casing. I'm not going to use any of this stuff from the bottom of the battery pack. These little clips, I'm going to do something with a strap, a Velcro strap, that will strap across the top of the tool. And we'll see how that works. Okay, so I just reworked this whole piece and glued it together, belt sanded it to give it a kind of an opaque look. Determined that the tool is going to sit right about here on top of the battery. So I'm going to just go solder these wires on, and then we're going to glue this top onto here and give it a spin and see how it works. Okay, so I soldered and then glued everything together. I glued the top of the battery pack, the old battery pack, to the new base. And then I also glued this Velcro strap on here. And I'll show you how I use that in a second. So I thought I'd get the tripod set up for this next shot since I need two hands. But anyways, this is the adapter. You just snap it into the base of the tool and strap it into place with the Velcro strap so it doesn't come off. The reason I didn't use the tabs that were in the original battery pack is it would make the battery pack adapter really long, and I didn't want to do that. So that's why I opted to use the Velcro strapping here. You can just snap the 24-volt battery into the tool, and Lowe's Kobalt makes a different values of these batteries. 2 amp hour, a 3 amp hour, 4 amp hour, maybe even a 5 amp hour. This is the $10 version of it. This is the cheapest of the series. It's the lightest of them. I like having multiples of these light ones because they're nice and compact and light, and you don't have, the tool's not very heavy. And anyways, let's see if the tool works. Got it in forward. Make sure that it's spinning counterclockwise. And it is. Got the tool in reverse now. Make sure it's spinning clockwise, and it is. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I have more videos coming. And thanks for watching. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.